the Patriots made a signing.
Yeah, they did. I don't know that it's going to get the juices flowing for anybody. Yuzo, you excited about that one?
No.
Are you excited?
No, not really.
Before we get into some of the particulars of the weekend, are you excited by anything the Patriots have done?
Like Owenu and Henry. Yeah. I'm excited about that they wanted to stay.
I mean, I like that they did that. That doesn't get me excited, though. I'm happy they did it.
I'm more bummed they didn't sign a tackle than a receiver, a veteran receiver at this stage. Now they got a serviceable tackle who I would consider a backup, and he's going to be sort of a swing guy, the kid from Pittsburgh. When you saw what Tyron Smith went for and how giddy the Jets are to get him and how much that solidifies their line for Aaron Rodgers, and you're maybe going to pick a kid at 3 and you want to protect him, the offensive line was an issue last year. Trent Brown is the number 1 remaining free agent tackle out there, and he doesn't want to come back here. I don't want him back here. Are you really just... We're going to rely on the draft at this point. Like, that's the next phase. You got to draft well. You got to nail the draft. Got to nail starting tackle. Got to nail starting quarterback. Got to nail a starting receiver. You still don't have a 1 or a 2 outside. And this is no offense to Kendrick Bourne because I don't view him as a 1. He's coming off a knee, but I'm glad he's back. You need him for the room. So the guy you signed from Minnesota is really going to switch back and forth with Pop Douglas in a slot. He's not an outside guy. He's more of a slot. We don't have a viable outside candidate right now, unless you're counting on Juju.
No, I'm not counting on any of that.
As a 1 or 2,
No,
I'm saying.
no.
And I am not. We know that. And you're asking me, well, how do I feel?
No, I'm just
That's
asking you how you
feel.
feel overarching
there's
here
no buzz.
of the offseason.
There's no buzz,
excitement, level of excitement.
It feels like, and I know we had to sign back
0.
a lot of our players.
None. There's none, Zo. They haven't done anything to excite anybody.
I don't. Everybody else is signing people. And like I said,
Goose egg.
look at Fowler puts up the division. Look who everybody acquired it within our own division.
How about the draft?
Outside of their team.
How about in front of them in the draft? The Bears and the Washington, like 2 of the worst run organizations, are making moves to improve. Even the teams that are after the Patriots are making moves, and every young coach has also received, they built around the young coaches. The Titans, look what they've done.
Would you rather have Mariota than Brissett?
Yeah, absolutely.
Would you rather have Ryan Tannehill than Brissett?
Yes.
But you're paying Ryan Tannehill different type money. But you're going to pay Mariota similar type
No,
money.
I just think there's zero buzz. The only
buzz
buzz
is not
there
there.
is.
There's no buzz.
The only buzz there is when you go out. Like I was out this weekend. Hey, what are the Pats doing? Nothing. But everybody's talking about it. And they're relying on the draft, which is something that they historically, over the last few years, have sucked at. But yet they blame who?
But even still,
Bill.
But even still, if they're gonna have great draft picks, right? That's not enough. That's not enough.
You're not even going to know that yet, though. You know what I mean?
It's not enough.
No, it's not.
It's not enough.
It's not
this
enough.
offseason to this point has been a dud. Yes, they did the right thing in bringing back some of their guys.
Like a T. Higgins.
Most notably, Owenu
Yeah.
and Henry.
Yeah.
But for the most part, they've had a dud of an offseason, and people are not happy about it. And you shouldn't be happy about it.
I went to a neighborhood party on Saturday. My buddy who lives 2 doors down, he's an IBM guy. He's been a season ticket holder forever. I've been to his tailgates. He's visited our booth. He is not renewing. So I'm done.
He's out.
Yeah, I got my letter.
And I'm not telling people out. I jump on it because you've been waiting for tickets for a long time. There's going to be tickets available.
Joe Murray?
Yeah, I got my bill right before free agency, and they've done nothing. Like, what do I want? Why do I want to go? I'm working the games, but how do I sell the tickets? Who wants to buy the tickets at the actual cost that I am offering them?
Right, you're saying face value to split
Yes.
them up with friends, family, whatever. Do you want to make the commitment?
Oh, man. It's just the timing of everything, like this free agency or lack of buzz in free agency and the finishing of the dynasty and the remembering of what it was and sort of how it went and where we're at now. And I want them to be good. I got to call the games. I want to call the games. I want to call winning games.
And by the way,
I
don't
want them to be
mistake
competitive. They may be competitive, but go ahead.
Don't mistake saying there's a lack of buzz or lack of excitement with do something just for the sake of buzz or excitement.
I don't want them to do that.
They just didn't make any real serious upgrades during this free agency.
They have the
period.
flexibility of all
At
years
any
to
position.
really do it.
They had the ability to find 1 or 2 players that they could go out in free agency, spend a lot of money on, and say, yeah, this guy is someone we want to be a part of this team for the next 4 or 5 years, like they did when they went and signed all the free agents like they did 3 years ago. So they just re-signed one of those guys.
We were chest bumping. Okay,
and Hunter Henry. He's a core player on this team. I know it's a 4-win team, but he's a core player. And Matthew Judon was one of the guys that they signed that year. Yeah. Those are core players. Matthew Judon is, going into last season, the best player on their roster, right? The best guy they have.
Probably going to have to extend him if you want him around.
Well, they're talking about that. Yeah. We'll get into those details because there's some rumors on that. But it's not like they went out and blew it and didn't get any players that are a part of their team for a long time, because Judon and Henry have now been around for a few years.
Like the realization of what we talked about, sort of assuming going into this, that you're going to have to sort of overpay a little bit because you've got to make this a destination place again. Like, people have to want to come here. Players have to want to come here. I don't feel better that they were close on Calvin Ridley. I'm glad that they want to spend money and we're in on a big player, but he's still not here.
No, I'm not buying that one.
Well, why?
Because they didn't do enough.
Why? They didn't do anything. Where are they allocating the money, though?
They didn't do enough, but they were in over 20 per year. And Bill would have done that.
But how much did they miss it by again?
I don't know.
No. How much? What was the report? How much did they miss it by?
$3 million.
It was $1 million. And what did they miss Jacoby Myers by?
$1 million.
Again, they're missing by those margins, which Bill got blamed for. Bill Belichick got blamed for all of those things.
Well, he's got final say.
So here we are again in an offseason where they are not learning from their mistakes, whether it's Mac Jones or signing premium free agents. Like, here we are again with no offensive weapons and no offensive line. Didn't you just learn that with Mac Jones? Yeah. Didn't you just learn that? So here you are again going into a free agency with the most cap space and have done nothing. With another potential quarterback at number 3 with no weapons and no offensive line. They're not learning from their mistakes. So, new regime, same owner. That's where I stand on this whole entire offseason at this point.
What's changed? That's the question we've been asking now for a couple of weeks. What's different about this? What looks different? What feels different? The type of deals they've signed don't feel different.
A lot of it's sort of running it back. And Bill would not have signed Owenu with that money. I don't know if he would have signed Hunter Henry.
All right, so maybe there is a departure there with Owenu. He would have let him walk the same way he let Joe Thuney walk, which was stupid.
Joe Thuney, Shaq Mason couldn't make $10 million. He had to get traded.
Right.
Yep.
So maybe that does, in some ways, represent some minor change. I think the fact that they went after Ridley and offered him $22 million is a change, but it's still not good enough.
Right.
The end result is the same. They came up short.
We don't judge him by coulda, woulda, shouldas. We judge him by who comes through the door, and who will come through the door in April when they draft kids. They better nail it.